It's a miracle ordained by heaven.
This boy is our king.
Well, by Jove.
What's the lad's name?
What? Oh, I mean Arthur.
Hail, King Arthur!
Hail, King Arthur!
The Sony fanboys are defending the PS5. Am I surprised by this? No. Do I think it's pathetic that they're doing this? Yes. Because at the end of the day, these corporations don't give a crap about you. They're just there to make money and be on their way. They don't care about you fanboys. So let's take a gander, shall we? On this video talking about these fanboys defending the PS5 Pro. Oh, it's justified to pay $700 for a digital-only console because console gamers are mainly buying digital. Okay, let's just say even if that's true, why should we be opted out of less options? Because I tell you what, as soon as consoles go only digital, there's no option for physical media, you're screwed because they can dictate whatever they want with the games. It's already bad that some people are getting banned or terminated and all their digital games are just basically poof, gone.
What is up, everybody? It's Verse TV here today, and we're going to talk about the Sony fanboy shield, Colin Moriarty. This dude is doing the most damage control I have seen for PlayStation. It is just insane. When do we get to a point as gamers in general we don't care about physical media at all? Now, I can understand some people who are like, we're going to go all digital. But then again, there's a lot of reasons why you want to have physical still around, physical media. For one, this is specifically for the PlayStation Store. If you're a PlayStation only gamer, you can only buy games from the PlayStation Store. If you don't get games on sale, it's only gonna be from the PlayStation Store. You can't buy physical media. So this whole argument that, physical, if you're just a physical gamer, you're from some old era, it's just so stupid. Because you tell people don't have movie collections as well, right along with their physical game collection. I like movies as much as I like video games. It's like they're pretty much equal.
You can see it in the children.
I want some of these companies just taking the movies off the store, or if you got a so-called Funimation account, they took that away, so you got all your stuff taken away from your digital content, and I guess it got replaced with Crunchyroll or whatever the situation was with that. Also with the Discovery situation, where people who bought Discovery content on Discovery, their network, PlayStation said, hey, screw you guys. We're going to take that away too. So, I don't like my stuff being taken away that I paid for. So that's why I have a physical movie collection. But, according to Colin Moriarty's video, which we're going to play in a second, he says, you're just old if you want to have physical media still. And it's like, what? Let's play the video.
I just think with the disk drive, guys, I don't know. You're really hanging on, man. I appreciate it. And they'll always be able to cater to you. And they want to cater to you. They want to sell games to you. They have no problem doing that. But
do they really, though? Do they really want to cater to you if they sell you a pro device for $700 when the disc drive sells separately for $80 extra? I don't think they really want to cater to the physical media audience. I think they want to get this quick money from digital and not have to worry about physical at all, pretty much.
Fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer people every quarter are buying games on disc. And they don't want them on disc. They don't need them on disc. I feel like the disc thing is almost getting a little strange in the sense that they will eventually probably get rid of the disc drive or always have this optional external disc drive, and it's not going to be central to the experience. So you're not the standard anymore. And you have to kind of...
Why are we okay in this again? Why do we want to have less options as consumers? And why is he just A-okay with it? That is the most mind-boggling thing here. They would rather get Sony's behind rather than have more consumer rights. Like, that is just crazy to me. This is the next level of Sony fanboy show I've ever seen. It is crazy. Like, once again, with the whole movie situation, you don't want these companies that only have, you can only watch their movies through their individual streaming services, or them just taking off certain movies or whatever, and you can't get access to it anymore. That's why I've had a physical media. But no, the guy says, hey, you shouldn't be worried about it, apparently.
And have stopped talking like you are, no offense. But you're not. This idea that the disk drive should fundamentally come with the console is not something most people give a shit about. They just don't. They're not going to buy games on disc. And this is, I think, something that the internet disproportionately, and we'll get into the cycle of the internet later in another inquiry, but it disproportionately shows you all sorts of viewpoints and economic realities and all sorts of things that are just not real. It's like going on Instagram and everyone's really happy and they're on the beach and they're with beautiful people and they're not doing anything and they're living their lives and stuff. And it's like, that's just a reflection of a fraction of what's real. That's all you're seeing. The hullabaloo around the disk drive is really that. It's like, no, most people don't give a flying fuck that the disk drive's not on the console. I'm sorry that you have to be told that.
Okay, let's talk about that. Like you said, like that's the reality that most people are buying digital. That may be a case, but there's a lot of factors as why more people buy digital than physical. Because if you go to one of these average retail stores in America, you can be shocked if somebody even knows especially when it's like a release day for a new product, a new video game or a movie, if they even know what the hell you're talking about. Most of these retail store employees don't know anything about these new products that release. Like, if you ask for a new video game, they might not even have it in stock. It might not even be in stock. They have no idea what you're talking about. So that's one of the various errors, the various problems about going to retail stores, and why it's so much easier buying digital. Because I prefer it's physical video games and digital video games is kind of 50-50 for me. Like, I don't really care. It's just like whichever one is cheaper, but I still like having physical. Like, I just bought Dragon's Dogma 2 for $30 off GameFly pre-owned because they had a sale on that. Meanwhile, on Xbox Store, you can barely get a sale on that game. If you get a sale, it's probably going to be like $55 or $60. So it's not really going to be a sale for digital. So I don't know. This new wave of people being like, hey, screw physical is just bizarre to me. Like, you want to have less options to buy video games?
Turboverse TV is correct. There's a lot of factors why people are mainly buying digital. Like, especially if you live in like certain areas. Like, for me, game stores are closing down. Like, my GameStop, it's gone. Rest in peace. There's really no place to buy physical media that much. I go to Walmart. I only see a tiny portion of PS5 physical games being sold. And PS4 games are even less than that. And I don't know about you, but I don't want physical to go, because if we go to strictly and only digital future on console, you're fucked. That's it. It's over. They're going to control and dictate what you do with digital games. Like, take a look at this post on Reddit I just found. This was around March, which is fortunately the same month that, one of my family members, or what I consider family, passed away. PS5 owners lose access to hundreds of games as digital purchases wipe from their accounts. So what if someday I wake up, I log on my PlayStation, and all my digital is just suddenly gone? I'm not going to take the time to go through that headache of re-downloading the games, or, God forbid, having to re-buy them. I understand why people are mainly on digital, but here's the problem with going only digital and not supporting physical media. You're basically telling these companies, okay, they obviously don't want options, so we're going to just make the game digitally only, and we can dictate and control what you do with it. There's a great quote from the villain from The Never-Ending Story, Part 1. Because fuck 2 and 3. Those movies are a piece of shit. But he said this, and this applies today.
People who have no hopes are easy to control. And whoever has the control has the power.
People who have no hope are easy to control, and whoever has the control has the power. Why do you think we call out these companies? Because if they were left to do whatever they want, we'd be so screwed right now. Better yet, let's take a notebook out of Aladdin, shall we? the first one. Second one wasn't bad. Was okay. Voice acting was terrible. Aladdin and the 40 Thieves was excellent, though.
You've heard of the golden rule, haven't you? Whoever has the gold makes the rules.
Sony needs to learn that they can't overstep their boundary with consumers. So I checked out Guard the Rage. I'm subscribed to him. And wow. Like, you thought that take on Twitter was bad? Like, just listen to this.
People are saying that it's not worth spending $200 more on the Pro for the jump that it gets from the PS5 to the PS5 Pro. You're arguing that you'll spend $200 more than the Pro. Let's see the difference in performance. Let's see it.
It really isn't. It's just a slight little upgrade that you get with your little fucking console. You know what? As a matter of fact, if you have a PS5 right now, if I was in your position right now, I would do these two things right now. I would either A, go get a more bigger storage SSD to, where I could play more games on my PS5, or B, put that $200 aside and start saving money up, buying a PC, and then creating a Steam account and starting to build my library up again so I never lose access to the games that I bought. Because in the next 3 years, the PlayStation 6 is going to come out, and then as soon as you upgrade to that, there is no fucking guarantee that you're going to be able to access your previous gen game.
Oh, but didn't Sony say play has no limits? But you're limiting the features out of the PS5 Pro by not having a disc drive and a fucking stand.
Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Jesús, había subido la marea y encontré una paella.
Your thoughts below in the comments section. How do you feel about these Sony fanboys? Are you having a good laugh like I am? How desperate they are to defend a corporation? Like, I guarantee you this. If Sony came out and said that their new PlayStation is going to have only DRM for certain single-player games, these guys would defend it. You know they would. But I'll catch you later.